All right. This
That was
is
kind of a banger.
a little bit, but again, the holiday spirit for the Bushley boys. This is the official Christmas episode. Yeah. So we're gonna be running down a little our Christmas baseball wish lists, if you will, stuff we just want to see in baseball. I think we'll probably have one that overlaps between all five of us.
Can we say that one now before we just...
Is it number one on you guys' list too?
No, I didn't even write it down.
Sell the Red Sox.
Yeah, fire John Henry. Get the fuck out.
I said sell the Red Sox. Let me look a little closer. The one note I have under says "suck my balls." Fenway Sports Group. I don't know who wrote that. But yeah, sell the Red Sox is number one. So Santa, put that in your fucking bag and throw it down my chimney, you fucking fat bitch.
Please, for the love of God.
So yeah, that's number one. I figure we'll just go around, and I think we kind of discussed it could literally be anything involving baseball, just stuff we want to see happen, whether it's this season, future, like whatever the hell, just something we want to see happen. I suppose if we go around and one of them overlaps, we can kind of just throw in our points and whatnot. But
yeah.
So I don't know which one you guys want to kick us off with your first wish. All right, let's hear it.
I'll kick it off. So wish number one, and I tried really hard to not keep this pertaining to just things that I want to see, but I did it on a bigger scale of what baseball fans in general need to see. So first one, and it's kind of 2 points together. So Angels make the playoffs, and Mike Trout has a season where he stays fully healthy, and I feel like
so I basically had that on mine. I said get Shohei and Trout on playoff contenders, or get them into the playoffs.
Exactly.
That basically was
he's 31. He's only had one season since 2016 where he's played more than 140 games. Not good.
And he's played in the playoffs once, right? Yeah, it was 2015.
14,
yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, when he's healthy, obviously a top player in the game, one of the best, if not the best. I mean, you have Shohei now, which you're on the same fucking team, so it doesn't really matter. But dude just cannot stay on the field for the life of him.
Well, and now he has that degenerative back disease, too, that's supposedly going to make it even harder for him to stay on the field.
Done his career, yeah.
But the weird thing is, people already, a couple of years ago were oh, Mike Trout could retire right now. He's a Hall of Famer. But look at his numbers to this point in his career next to Andrew Jones. They're almost identical, and Andrew Jones is not a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
So he's a fringe Hall of Famer, but he's still got work to do.
Yeah.
If he stays healthy, he's easily going to. If he stays healthy, he's going to easily hit 500 home runs.
It was so crazy, dude, because all the way up to whatever it was, 2018, we're talking about how he's going to be one of the greatest power hitters of all time, one of the greatest 5-tool players of all time. There was a stretch where he had 30, 27, 36, 41, 29, 33, 39, and 45 home runs. That was all the way up to 2019. And since then, 17, 8, and then this past year he had 40. So, 40 home runs in 119 games. That's a good year.
He hit 8 home runs in the 2020 season?
Yeah. It was 17 in 2020.
2020 hit 17, and then 2021 he hit 8.
That's kind of bonkers, actually, hit 17 in the 60-game season.
So
was he hurt all 21? I forget.
A good chunk of it,
pretty much. Yeah. He only played 36.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But, just get him healthy, have him stay on the field, because now you got him, you got Shohei, you got Renfroe. Their rotation is pretty gross. And I get they're playing in one of the toughest, if not the toughest division in baseball now with Houston and Seattle.
But now with the extra wildcard teams, that's not that big of a deal. Look at last year, you had 2 AL East teams get in as wildcard teams. That's a third-place team squeaking in.
Yeah.
So, it really obviously the only impact the division really has is those are the teams you're playing the most.
Right.
But they get to play the Rangers a bunch. They get to play the A's a bunch.
Even the Rangers, dude. The Rangers are kind of scary now.
I think the Rangers are going to be really good or really bad. I think it's going to be either they put it all together or it just all crumbles.
Yeah.
So you could see them start
They'll
hot
still be
and
number
then
4.
after, probably.
They're not going to be as bad as the A's.
Well, do you think they're better
I
than the
don't think
A's?
anybody is going to be as bad as the A's.
No.
What do you think? Trevor May is going to come in there and save that franchise?
I mean, they paid him
Maybe.
for
did.
historically A's contracts. That's a lot of money. You see,
He's got their guy.
who was it that just went to Zach Eflin to the Rays? You see, that's the biggest contract in the history of the franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's insane. Yeah, sorry, free agent because you got Wander and Randy, but
Yeah.
that's nutty. Speaking of,
It's a whip back style.
otherwise I wouldn't wear it if it wasn't ballsy.
What was I going to say? Yeah, Trout's still over a 300 career hitter too, which is pretty impressive. So I think when it's all said and done, he'll be a Hall of Famer, but got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, I think if he just stays healthy, he's a surefire Hall of Famer. That's it.
Just stay on the
Because
field.
when he's healthy, he produces point blank.
And
He
I'm
just
not really
produces
sure
when
what
he's
it was,
healthy.
but if I remember correctly, a lot of the games missed this year were for like a finger issue.
Yeah,
I could be
and
wrong,
I
but-
think it was finger or something at the beginning of the season. It was
And
like
his
his hand,
back.
and then it turned into his back, and it was mostly because he was getting it looked at by all the different specialists and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, in Shohei, there's no worry about Shohei. He's
That dude's
the beauty of a
menace.
player like that is his like he did in what was it 2019 when he blew out his arm, and they're basically like, all right, you just won't pitch, just hit.
Yeah.
Went out 645.
That's exactly it. If you can't pitch, you can hit, and you're going to hit fucking 300 with 50
I mean, look at
bombs.
Bryce Harper this year.
I
Similar
was
kind of
going to
thing.
say Harper with his UCL.
Basically,
play the field, but-
could have won the MVP. And the dude
Isn't
literally
Harper
played.
not going to hit for play the field for the beginning part of next season too? Isn't that
Yeah,
not
because
playing
he's
at
still
all.
recovering from that. I don't think.
Yeah, he's not playing at
Oh,
all
isn't he
because he got
getting Tommy
surgery. No, not Tommy John, but he got surgery. But it's in his wrist. But he got surgery already, and the timetable's like mid-May to early June, I think. So, but a guy like Harper, you could see him come back earlier than that.
Yeah.
All right.
Keep
If
rolling.
you guys want to take the next one?
You got it, Cam.
Sam, you want to go next?
All right, because I'd already knocked one of mine off.
So I went a little different with this first one. I was kind of thinking a little more not about the actual MLB, like the teams, but just MLB as a whole. MLB, get rid of blackouts.
Dude.
I'm sick and tired of not being able to watch my team just because, oh no, you're blacked out in your area.
And then you can get the MLB package, and it's like $250 for the year to get all your team's unblacked out games. It's like that's absurd.
Yeah.
Get rid of them. It's killing. It's honestly killing your game.
I genuinely don't understand why it's a thing. I don't
It's
get
mutual TV, right? They have TV contracts. That's why.
it. Stupid is what it is.
So they have mutual TV rights with like basically all local regional like teams. If you're within their jurisdiction, they have rights over the MLB. So like Nesson has rights, and you can't. But maybe we should get sponsored by OpenVPN because that's the workaround.
It's the workaround.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah, dude.
Sick and tired of having to do that.
Love not being able to watch the Red Sox on Sam's MLB Network account.
Yeah. Shout out T-Mobile.
Shout out to that's right.
Yeah, no,
You want
I
young people
agree
to watch
with
your
that.
game. Get rid of them. Everyone's streaming now. You can't stream.
You know what
There's
I
nowhere to
really
stream
want? I don't have this on my list, but kind of along the same line as that. You know, they have like NFL Red Zone. I'd love to have something like that, MLB. Like just
what's
have
funny
you
is
can
I
put
have
up
that.
4 or 5 games. Oh, really? Like just put up
that's one of the ones I
four or
have.
5 games on one interface, and you just get a notification or it goes big when there's something happens or something like.
Yep.
Even if it functions on a delay, so that they can get the functionality going, and like it can be like home run alert, and then it pops the game open right before it happens. Like something like that would be fucking awesome. I'd pay $100 a season to have something like that. Easy.
Oh yeah, that's so what I.
Easy. You kidding me? Throw that up on the TV. It literally would not come off my TV from March until October.
Yeah. I really don't think it'd be that hard though.
No.
Like it's really
because I mean, like now you have like at least they have the multi-game view on the MLB.
Yeah. You can
MLB
watch
TV.
up to 4 at a time.
Yeah.
But it's janky. The audio is kind of weird. You
It
can
cuts
only
out half the
do
time.
it on a computer. You can't do it on TV. So that's the main thing is that you can only do it on a computer. I wish you could do it on a TV and stream it with the multi-game display, and then like it'll blow up one game or something if something's happening, and you can select the audio. Like I don't know, just something more intuitive.
Yeah. I mean, I understand why Red Zone works as well as it does because it's only one day a week, really, that's happening. Where if you do the MLB,
Shit, if they want to do that, do Friday night baseball or Saturdays.
Yeah.
Like, pick a day
Even
if you want to do it like that,
yeah.
just to get your numbers up. But people would eat that shit up.
Mm-hmm.
Or do
Which
how
I'm
they
surprised.
got the Manning cast or whatever.
Yeah.
Do some shit like that for baseball. Get like
Get
Kevin
Ken
Millar
Griffey.
in there or something. Like,
So that's also one that I had.
oh well, I just ruined Cam's whole
You
list.
just ruined my entire list. Thank you. No, I came with like 10. So
No,
we're
really?
good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I'll roll.
Sure.
Yeah,
you
go
want?
ahead.
I feel like you guys will probably agree with this one. I don't know if you noted though. Bring back Players Weekend.
Yep.
Did you have that?
Unless they get rid of it.
Yeah.
I didn't have it,
so
but
they
I
basically
didn't
got rid of
say
it
rid of
ever
it.
since because it was Majestic that did it, and then Nike does
Mm.
the uniforms now, so they got rid of it.
Okay.
But like, I don't know. It's just like it's a cool little nuance you could put towards the end of the season where the numbers are kind of in a lull, like in mid-August, where the numbers are kind of down. It gets fans involved when they're like they get to vote on what the jerseys look like. You can vote on the names on the back of the jerseys. I feel like it's awesome for marketing because people are always talking about how boring and dead baseball is. Make it fun. But then you got the regime of current baseball president, fucking Rob Manfred, who just wants baseball to be fucking boring. So
Manfred
I would
can
love to
lick
see-
my balls.
well, they also kind of ruined Players Weekend when the last year they did the black and white jerseys, and they were just
Yeah.
not good. Where the first
They
year
should
they
do
did
them on
it
the
with
cities.
well, they have the City Connect ones, but I'd like to just do some crazy colors,
Yeah.
like
yeah.
colors that are not even like I think what was it the Braves were like teal and purple or something. Like they just had like some absurd colors.
Socks
Like,
are gonna roll out in hot pink and black.
all about it.
Surprising.
Honestly, wouldn't hate it. I don't know. Just do some shit to make it fucking more fun and more interesting. It's just not. That's something easy to do. You're gonna sell a shit ton of jerseys, so if you're Nike, it's automatic moneymaker. Like I don't know, they have no reason not to do it.
Yeah. Let the players show a little bit of personalities. Right now, everyone thinks they're fucking robots.
Right,
So,
exactly. And that's why when they did it, they got rid of all like the cleat and jersey rule, the cleat, batting gloves, bat rules. So like you could go get custom
Hate
shit.
that
Like
shit.
it's so stupid.
It's the same
dumb.
thing in every sport, though. You can't wear what you want. You got to wear what they tell you to wear.
It's
gotta be
stupid.
a certain
Yeah.
color. I'm like, are we fucking for real?
Right.
Like,
And you got
yeah,
Ronald.
if I want to wear
you got-
fucking high heels while I play, let me wear fucking high heels.
We got freaking Ronald Acuna playing for the Braves, wearing neon yellow all the time. If anything,
Yeah.
like, how is that any worse than getting a design on your cleats? Like
Well,
the
it's
same
like
thing with O'Neal Cruz wears
Acu-
red.
fucking Acuna, who plays for the Braves, wears
Play
his
this in.
neon. Oh, or not Acuna, Ozuna.
Yeah,
Marcelo Ozuna wears his neon yellow
yeah,
sleeve.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
That comes down to the teams, too, because wasn't it the Braves and...
Which is bizarre because the Braves had this whole weird subculture of like not doing shit to disrespect the game. Like remember
Yeah,
the whole thing
that's what I
between
was just
Freddie
gonna say,
Freeman
like-
and Acuna, how you're not
That's
supposed
exactly
to put
what I was
the
gonna say,
glasses
with the eye
over
black.
or put the glasses
Oh.
over the logo.
Yeah.
So that's why Acuna started
Yeah.
wearing his glasses on his hat like this. It's so fucking stupid. Like I don't know. Just bring back some more shit to make baseball fun in the eyes of people that aren't hardcore fans.
Yeah.
That's really what it comes down to.
You want to put more eyes and asses in seats and make it fun. Don't make it fucking
Mhm.
boring.
Yep.
that's exactly what it's becoming.
Yeah.
Uh, so this next one, again, being Red Sox fans, we're all gonna agree with, and I'm going.
I'll start getting
less-
it away.
No, well,
That's coming anyways.
Yeah.
So.
so I'm doing less of like what I want to see. Like, I'm trying to think of how to word it. Like about the like culture of the game, and I'm focusing more like team wise.
Yeah.
So
That makes sense.
I was like, as us being Red Sox fans, I want to see the New York Yankees absolutely decimate as a franchise. So I want to see them absolutely shit the bed. Like I want to see wheels fall off the bus. I want to see Aaron Boone's bitch ass get fired. I want to see Yankee fans start fucking punching each other in the stands.
I want to see the day when Yankees start having beards and long hair,
Just an absolute rebellion.
putting names on the back of their jerseys. Just get weird.
I quoted Sam in my notes too. I was like, this roster's loaded with talent, but as Sam says, even a fucking honey baked ham could manage this team. Aaron
True.
Boone is a fucking shitter. He's not a good manager. So
No.
I think this Yankees team, especially now, is fucking loaded with talent, and I think Aaron Boone is 110% gonna find a way to bottle the piss out of it.
And the crazy thing is, he's not even on the hot seat.
Oh,
Steinbrenner's like, he's our manager.
Well, he's gonna start overthinking things. He's gonna overcomplicate things. He's gonna make bad decisions based on that, and he's gonna fuck it up.
Yeah.
So he's gonna pull
If
guys.
they don't make it to the World Series,
right? If it has to.
Yeah, they have to pull.
And
the crazy thing is there's like a handful of teams that are like World Series. If we don't make it to the World Series, it's a failed season. So like you're gonna have a lot of failed seasons.
Yeah, you're gonna have a lot of disappointment.
Everybody's over here talking about how nasty this rotation is, and their top 5 are fucking unreal. And I agree, they fucking are. But
Montes kind of sucked last year.
Well, regardless, your top 4 are Stallions, and then I just want to see them get lit the fuck up. I want to see Kermit Cole get his shit rocked.
Like what is it? The 2011 Red Sox? Was that the team that started out like
the collapse?
Yeah, like 80 and 30 and didn't even make the playoffs or some shit.
No, was it 2012? Because then they won it the year after.
Yes, you're right.
In 2012,
they went from first to worst in one season during the
Bobby
season.
Valentine.
Oh, the Valentine experience.
God,
yeah,
what a time that was. So, hot take here. I think Aaron Boone before the end of this upcoming season, before it is over, I think Aaron Boone gets fired.
I think there's a very good chance of that. I don't think that's a hot take, to be honest with you.
No, I think it happens. And then
what happened with the Phillies? They fired Girardi and they made it to the World Series same season.
Okay, to end my notes here, I wrote "fuck the Yankees," and that is all.
Yankees lose.
Yankees lose.
Shut up, Poppy.
Shut up. What do you got, Cam?
So I was kind of looking at this. This is a little different than even about MLB, but do you remember the old MLB The Show commercials?
Nelson Cruz
with like
here.
Pedroia, like
hey guys, Nelson Cruz here.
You say wait, what commercials did you say?
The old The Show commercials.
Okay. Yeah, yes.
Like the Pedroia ones.
Yep.
I want them to bring stuff like that kind of style of commercials back. I love those commercials. I feel like that's a good way to show off your stars and just bring them back. All I want. Baseball, Sony, I can hit that pitch.
Yeah, I mean, I think I don't know because they don't even do commercials for the new ones.
There were commercials. There were commercials for 20.
Oh, it was the ones with Coach, and he's like, I struck out 15,000.
Yeah, which I like that one, but do more of that.
Right. I feel that.
While we're on the subject of the show, real quick, can I just throw something in there that I'd like to see? Not necessarily MLB related, but just like going off that. So in the Road to the Show series and the MLB The Show games, they need to do like more of like an interactive experience, like kind of like 2K does, where you can like talk with other players and like go explore and do things like I feel like
contracts mean something.
Exactly. Yeah. Like even back in the day in the older ones, like you had missions that you had to do, and if you didn't do those, or
in
like,
your contracts,
VC on stuff.
Yeah, your contracts would get you attribute points that you would then be able to upgrade with.
Yeah.
This one, the money means nothing.
No. But it's like even in 2K with like all your VC and stuff and the money you earn, you can buy houses, you can buy cars, you can
even like cosmetics and shit.
Yeah, it's just like there's no meaning to it, and I feel like the leveling up system on it too is kind of bullshit.
Well, yeah, the whole
like
program and shit.
If you have a good video game, oddly enough, like that just helps you grow. Because then people, okay, we're watching baseball, then all right, go play a good video game. If you're a video game player,
yeah, and MLB this year sucked balls.
Yeah, you see it a lot with Madden, and you see it a lot with 2K.
Mm-hmm. Sam goes, it sucked balls and still played the piss out of it.
I just like baseball too much, and it's the only baseball game to play. I'm not going to play that Little League World Series.
You don't want to play that Japanese baseball game?
I still have it, Pro Spirits or whatever. Yeah, I still have it.
The Little League World Series.
That Little League World Series baseball game was dog shit.
I really want to see, I'd love a college baseball video game.
It'll come.
I wish they would just they should bring back football, baseball, basketball.
Yeah,
because I feel like college hockey's not really big enough.
It's not.
No,
but I feel like those three are. I feel like if they bring back football, they're obviously going to bring back basketball, and then I feel like baseball, because I don't even think they've ever made an NCAA hockey game. They've made an NCAA baseball game. I used to have.
Yep.
Yeah,
I had it for the PS2.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting pissed off that this football game keeps getting delayed. But back on the
Yeah, I guess
back on
I'll
course.
take over. Get the Oakland A's the fuck out of Oakland. Take a freaking wrecking ball to the Oakland Coliseum.
Sell that team too. Get the owners out of it at that point.
I mean, they sell it for like $85, probably.
Yeah,
Like 47 cents.
More good teams are better for MLB.
It's true. Even I was like, one of the ideas I was contemplating throwing on here was expansion teams too. I feel like MLB is a lot. Well, I feel like MLB just makes sense to add expansion teams because every roster has so fucking many players. It would be so easy to disperse players onto and make a new team. But back to the Oakland A's, I had 3 teams that I think would make the most sense. One is the very obvious Vegas. I feel like with the Raiders there now and the Golden Knights, like it makes sense. It's a growing sports city. So, and you already have boxing and MMA that already have basically put the stamp on Vegas. But the other 2 I had were Charlotte, North Carolina, because I feel like North Carolina could use a professional baseball team.
That would mess up your divisions.
Well, that's why I think you'd have to move around. Like I think you might have to move like Minnesota would have to probably go to the West.
That would be so weird.
And then and then you could probably put Charlotte in the Central, even though it's not. Kind of like how Pittsburgh is in the Central, but it's not.
Houston's in the West. They're not.
Well, the Rangers are too. I mean, technically, if you draw a line down the center of the United States, it is the western half, but it's really central. Really, they should call it the Midwest Division. It's not the Central Division.
Yeah.
At least in the AL, it's literally the Midwest Division. Then the other one I thought would be interesting because I don't think there'll ever be a team in Montreal again. I think that's set sail, but I think Vancouver would be pretty sick. And then you don't have to fuck with the divisions.
Yeah.
So I think Vancouver and Vegas, I think, are the 2 that make the most sense.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think Vegas is where it's gonna be when it
just makes sense. It just makes it's way easier. You don't have to move shit around as much. So
you guys remember all that talk that was going on with the Rays about how they wanted to do half their games in Canada and half in Florida?
Yep.
And Tampa shut that down real quick.
I'm like, fucking what?
Just move to Montreal.
So I did have that written down. The Rays to Montreal.
So that kind of goes in with one of my later ones that I have a lot of notes on that I'll couple into that is I think they need to make a rule where there's no permanently domed stadiums. Like, fucking get rid of the Trop. The only domed stadiums you should be able to have are retractable roofs. And retractable roofs that do not interfere with play. Like, how is Tampa the only stadium, or it's not even a fucking stadium, how is Tampa the only garbage can that's allowed to have fucking steel beams flying across, and, there's rings of the beams, and each one declares, what the fuck is that? Like, it's just, you just gotta get rid of it.
Carnival every time you play there.
Oh my, it's so stupid.
Have you guys ever been to Tropicana?
No.
I had a chance to. I didn't end up going. I've heard.
It's terrible.
Yeah. It's just it's one of those parks, nobody, literally just launched the Oakland Alameda Coliseum. And what the hell is Lulu doing behind me?
Just chilling.
The Oakland Alameda Coliseum and the Trop just launched them into the moon. Just fucking, they're horrible stadiums. Even the fans hate going to them. You have a trash stadium even when you have good teams, you can't sell tickets.
Yeah. Well, and that's the
bizarre.
thing. Tampa Bay's been good for a while, and they're still not selling out.
No, they have they have a bottom 10 attendance in the league.
Yeah,
they're on the downswing now too.
Yeah,
so they're gonna get
no shit, because everybody knows they're going down the shitter.
Well, because they're that whole Moneyball style of building a team just does not work anymore.
Although I gotta say, even though they suck, it would be pretty cool to live in Oakland or Tampa and be able to go to these games for $6. They're basically paying
Season
you
tickets.
to go to games now.
Yeah, but you're also going to a
cheaper to buy a
shit
ticket a
stadium.
game.
The experience is going to be
Don't
garbage.
care. Going to watch baseball.
Don't care. Don't care.
$6, I can swing it.
I'd rather go to Polar Park.
I mean, yeah,
At
yeah. Get
most
me
visited
an
stadium
orange
last year.
dry float.
Come on, get real.
one of those tall beers.
Oh yeah, the bats,
The
beer
baseball
bats.
bat of beer.
Yeah, the beer bats. Genius.
Anybody who's listening, Polar Park on a Friday night, highly recommend.
Yeah, get a blue moon, or it's a a large plastic bat filled with Blue Moon or whatever your choice of beer is, and it's like 3 beers for the price of like 1.5. It's fantastic. You slug it quick enough, you be cocked by the 3rd inning, and then you just ride it out.
Smooth sailing from there on
We've
out.
done that a couple, 2-3 times.
Up country. Mixing some of those loaded tater tots. Game over.
Hey,
Game over.
for real. Who we on here? So I did Oakland.
I can
Kristen?
I can go. I didn't really.
I got a couple left.
A lot more.
But,
So yeah, I'll just piggyback off of your guys after this next one.
all right.
So personally, as somebody who coaches baseball, I want to see more like old-fashioned baseball. So I'm like, yeah,
I'm just kidding.
love like the home runs and stuff are great. Love seeing Aaron Judge break the home run record. Cool, great.
Crackerbox Stadium.
But it's like all these guys, these professional baseball players have no idea how to even do the simple things like fucking put down a bunt or hit the ball the other way. Like, adios, payload. So like prime example, and like I love seeing this as a coach, especially is like at the higher levels. Leadoff guy gets on, steal second base, bunt him over to third, sack fly, boom, you're up 1-0 right off the rip. It's, I don't know, maybe it is just because I'm a coach and I see it more often, but I just want to see more manufacturing of runs as opposed to just relying on your guys to blast the ball over the fence every time, because I just feel like that's not sustainable forever.
I just feel like
it
comes down to
outcome.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a 3 true outcome part of the game, but I think it also kind of comes down to that, like fundamentals aren't really like something that gets looked at when you're scouting a player anymore. Pretty much the only thing that scouts look at now are intangibles. Does the guy throw 103? Does his fastball have 6 inches of break? Does his curveball snap off fucking 1.5 of break? Like, does the guy hit power? Like, does he hit for power? Doesn't matter how much he strikes out. Is he bopping 30 home runs a year? We don't give a shit if he's hitting 190. Like, they just look at intangibles and don't look at full bodies of work, and full bodies of work comes from good fundamentals.
Well, I think it says a lot. So you applied to that Phillies job that was remote, but it was for like a baseball stats job essentially. Like if whoever's doing that job, they could be in fucking California doing this work for the Phillies.
Yeah.
So like they're not even looking at the players anymore. It's just looking at a spreadsheet.
Yeah.
That's what I don't like about baseball now.
Well, I think you have there. Well, that's why. So you have qualitative analytics and you have quantitative analytics, and I think qualitative analytics is kind of dying out, and that's because of sabermetrics. Sabermetrics kind of started that, and like to some extent, it's very important to look at that stuff. But there's also like, I'm a big believer in the eyeball test, like just seeing somebody and like how a guy sticks a throw, like in up the middle, like like or how a first baseman sticks one coming in, how he can stab a ball coming in at different angles, the sound of a ball coming off a guy's bat, like. The way a guy runs the bases, not how quick he runs the bases, how he runs the bases. Like these are things that they're intangibles that are beyond statistics, like how good a guy is in the locker room, like just shit like that. And I feel like you said, I think we're so delved in an era that's so engrossed in statistics that sometimes a lot of that stuff gets overlooked.
Chicks dig the long ball.
It's true.
That is true.
If like, what is it, Coach Ken that says it? If your coach tells you to bunt, tell him to go fuck himself.
Fee, fi, fo, fuck you, Chucky.
Hepatitis, see you later.
Aaron
forever, Aaron Hernandez.
You got one, Kim?
So I had something I just like to see with the All-Star game. Make it kind of like an All-Star weekend. Like we have the Home Run Derby, we have the All-Star game, but add in more skills competitions.
Yeah, that's so I said expanded skill competitions, exactly what I said. Yeah. And I wrote down some ideas of ones too.
So did I.
So I have one place hitting is one. So basically targets everywhere. And you can do like timed place hitting. Like I've seen one in Japan where they put targets all around the outside of the infield, and you have to hit every single one, and the quickest one to do it. So that bunting, but do it almost like curling.
Yeah.
Where like you have to land it on a target on the ground, which I know they do that in Japan as well. I think fastest pitch would be cool. Obviously, that's a thing that maybe some teams are shy away from because they don't want guys blowing up their arms.
Was gonna say that, but that's exactly like you don't want to get hurt.
Yeah. So I figure it better maybe fastest throw from the outfield because that's different.
For
outfielders
pitchers,
target practice would be sick too.
Yeah. For pitchers, I said like a spot competition. Like,
yeah.
I'm sure there's technology now. You can tell what the pitch is.
Yeah.
See who can hit how many spots they have.
Make a fucking board with some
right.
fucking...
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they even have like the ones that like Eric Sim uses it for like King of Juco where it's like it's a grid and it literally has pockets for every single one.
Yeah.
It's almost like a pitcher's horse or something. Like slider bottom left, like dink it. Shit like that would be cool. Outfield target practice would be cool too.
Yeah.
Like just throwing darts in from the outfield trying to hit shit.
It could be kind of funny. Get the managers out there and do a fungo competition.
That would be awesome, actually.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool.
Well, it probably wouldn't be managers because they have dedicated
batting
fungo
coaches.
guys.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, who can hit the highest fungo, who can hit the furthest fungo.
The most accurate fungo.
Yeah.
Just do
a little fungo
All-Star
golf.
weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Just do more. Like, every other sport does it, and it's a blast.
Well, I think what would be awesome, too, would
skills.
be more of a bonus, like arcade-style home run derby with, like, targets in the stands and stuff.
Yeah.
So more like a points-oriented thing, so you get, like, points for distance.
Yeah.
Shit like that. Honestly, part of me wishes they'd bring back the out system in the home run derby as opposed to the time one.
I'm not a fan of the time.
The outs.
I like the time for some instances that it makes it like high octane, but you don't get as many bombs.
No.
Like you get dudes just unloading on pitches because you know that like they have a limited amount of swings where timed when the guy's just swinging at everything. Yeah, I don't know. And the last one I had for that was I think it'd be sick if they had like a skill course like they have in the NBA. Like, I don't know how you develop it, but like guy coming in like fields a ground ball barehanded, then you have to go catch a fly ball over your back shoulder, come in, make a diving play up the middle or something, turn a double play, and like I don't know, a skills competition that shows off guys with the glove, I think is the biggest thing that they don't have in the All-Star game. And there's some guys that are wizards that get no recognition in the All-Star game because it's just not part of the festivities, you know? I'd love that shit. I think it'd be awesome. And I don't think anybody would complain about having extra stuff.
I agree. I mean, you're already there for a whole weekend anyway. Like, why not?
Yeah. Do something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
True story. You guys got any other ones you want to throw? I got a couple. I got one more, actually.
I have two.
Okay. Give me one.
Go for it.
So I was looking, I don't know if you guys, how much you look into this a lot, but there's a lot of content creators who like, they post clips of MLB and immediately like, no, copyright strike. They need to, I just wish they would be more lenient.
Yeah, I think
towards that.
The new CBA has something to do with that.
Yeah.
It's more lenient, but there's like certain things that they can't, like, I think like you can't have commentators' voices. There's like certain things that bring it into copyright, but the actual clip, the video, is not copyrighted.
Yeah. Okay.
But it used to be. It used to be. Because remember when we were kids, remember trying to like look up like MLB bloopers and you couldn't find any fucking videos of MLB from like the 60s to current day. Like you couldn't have it. So.
But I looked it up like a lot of, the MLB YouTube account, the only shit that gets views is when they post like the clips. And that's because everyone's typing in, Phillies, World Series, blah, blah, blah clips.
Right.
But then you looked at like, for instance, John Boy or Baseball Doesn't Exist. Hundreds of thousands of views on those two. It's like people want to watch baseball. Let them. Let them look at the clips. Let them look at bloopers. If I understand, if you don't want the announcers to be in it, fine.
You know what's something? Want to hear something insane? You go on the Sports Center Instagram page.
They haven't posted a baseball thing since the Dodgers got eliminated.
No, so that was bullshit. But
seriously,
yeah, that was bullshit that it was the Dodgers because they actually posted when Turner signed with the Phillies. But before that, they didn't post anything. They didn't post anything. They didn't post anything baseball related.
Wow!
Like they didn't post anything in the playoffs. So they care about football and basketball. That's it.
Yeah. So you have the major sports network not caring. Let all the other smaller guys do it. Eventually, that'll grow.
I mean, MLB Network is booming.
Yeah,
because they do a great job with all that shit.
Sports Center just dick rides the shit out of LeBron. That's about it.
LeBron and Brady.
Pretty much.
The last one I had is in some way, shape or form, I don't know how you do it, bring fan interaction more into the game. Whether that's All-Star Weekend, you allow fans to like make the decision for like the next pitcher that comes in next, like who you should pinch hit. Like almost have like live pollings and stuff, just allow the fans to have part in the game for like little shit like that doesn't matter. Or even like I think it'd be cool like fan polls for like what jerseys a team's gonna wear, like shit like that. I don't know, just something fan interaction because it's a draw. I don't know.
Yeah, this isn't quite that, but I did hear that, and this is even MLB. This is sports books. They're starting to do like these live bets for baseball games. Mm-hmm. So it's like you can, once it becomes legalized, you can go in like, oh, what do you think is going to happen in the third inning? Is this pitcher going to throw 2 strikeouts? Like
right.
That I think will get a little more engagement, but that's not even MLB. That's right. Sports books.
And that's limited too. There's a limited,
exactly. Not everyone's
limited audience. That. Yeah, that's gonna kind of fall into that. But
I'm curious how much like baseball, like as a whole, is going to change with sports betting becoming becoming like legal in more states as we go. I don't think it's really going to have too much of an impact on it, but it might. I mean, it's going to give people incentives to kind of watch. I got $500 on the Red Sox. Let me go watch the game.
That's a bad bet.
Everyone, let's his $500 down the drain, buddy.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Think Pete Rose gets out if it gets completely legalized?
No,
or gets allowed back?
No,
he's gone forever. Aaron Hernandez,
unfortunately.
A true tragedy.
The crazy thing is that Bonds and Clemens were closer to getting in than he was.
Yeah.
Which is bonkers. I think all of them deserve to be in it, but based on, like, morality, like, if you're the morality police, what's worse? Cheating? Or basically gambling? I mean, I guess he was gambling against his team, so it's kind of game fixing. But
I don't think he was.
Yeah, he was. When he was a manager. He got gambling against his team like 2 or 3 times or something like that.
Roughly.
And like basically it was like bet hedging, like certain people, like basically being like, bet on us to lose, and if we win, I'll give you X, and if we lose, you give me this, like kind of thing. But yeah,
I'm curious what you guys think while we're on the subject of Barry, real quick, because I've seen a couple different things on it on the possible like doing away with like not caring about PEDs.
Here's I think there's one very obvious answer to this. So you have eras of baseball, right? So you have the no glove era, like we talked about. You have the dead ball era. You have the live ball era. There is legitimately an era in Cooperstown called the steroids era, but nobody from the era that was a prominent player is in the hall. If fucking everybody was doing it, it's a level playing field. So guys who were doing PEDs in the era before there was actual sanctioning and like rules against it and like actual drug testing and stuff, it's not on the players, that's on the league. So like I just feel like to tell the story of the game, you got to have those guys in. But then after that era ends, so like I'd say the steroid era ends as soon as the Mitchell report comes out. Everything after that is when they start doing heavy testing, regularly testing guys. After that, if you're caught taking PEDs, then you have a case maybe getting taken out. But if you're playing in the era where everyone is doing it and you're a prominent player, there's no reason you shouldn't be in. And I think it's really hard to argue against that.
Yeah, there's people that are from that era that I'm sure were on PEDs but weren't caught that are in the hall.
Bro, you know,
like I can't think of any off the top of my head.
If you look at the writers and like the Baseball Writers Association, the players that vote for the guys on steroids and the guys that don't, all the guys that don't vote for them are not former players. All the guys that vote for the guys that are on steroids are former players. So you're fucking some fucking, I don't know.
Fucking some fucking.
I'm trying to think of the right way without sounding derogatory, but like.
Don't Kurt Schilling yourself, kid. Don't threaten all reporters.
Some baseball geek that's never actually played the game, never put a glove on his hand, is deciding whether or not these guys are going in or not.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. There should be an override at some point. Like, I don't know. I think
there is. It's the Veterans Committee.
Like, I feel like
10 years down the road.
I feel like there needs to be some level of the Hall of Fame that's fan involved. Like, say you have
Oh, yeah.
the Baseball Writers Association, but like they hold a fan vote, and like the top X percent of players that get the most votes from fans get X amount of points on their ballot. And I think the fans' votes should be worth more than one individual writer's vote.
Yeah.
Like, say it's like
I'd be
5
interested
or
to
something.
see
Like,
what total fan vote would be for these players.
I don't
Because
think
there's some fans who do think they shouldn't be in.
I think it would be like 80% of people would put Clemens and Bonds in.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a very high number.
Probably say even more than that.
Yeah, I think it'd be a very high number.
I'm thinking 90-10.
It blows my mind that like you got guys like John Heyman that are trying to be like morality police, like not voting for Schilling because he collects World War II memorabilia and has a Nazi like swastika and part of his like, or collects Nazi memorabilia. I'm like, dude, what the fuck does that have to do with baseball? Is that put on his plaque in Cooperstown and a little asterisk at the bottom? Collected swastikas. Like, no, it's not fucking involved with baseball. You're like, I'm a vegan and Pete Rose ate a hamburger every day for 25 years, so I'm not voting for him. Like, it's just like virtue signaling in a way, and I fucking hate it. It drives me nuts.
Yeah.
I agree. John Heyman's also a fucking moron. Fuck that guy.
Arson Judge. I hate the writers
him and Boob Newton Good.
The writers that try to have an outright impact on the game. It's like, that's not your job.
No.
You're just trying to make the correct decision. And if you're holding a guy out of the Hall of Fame for something that he didn't do in baseball and did elsewhere, like, the fucking guy's jersey that I'm wearing right now is a piece of shit. Wade Boggs is a fucking piece of shit. And he got in. Nobody said who. Like, I'm just saying, like, seriously, it's so stupid. It drives me nuts that some guys are just absolute douchebags and, like, for some reason just slips through the filter. And then, like, you got guys like Mark McGwire and Barry Bonds. I'm not going to put Roger Clemens in this, and you'll understand why. Like, Mark McGwire and Barry Bonds, who otherwise are pretty good dudes, not D-bags. Everyone who talks about him was like, hey, he's a pretty good guy. Roger Clemens, douchebag. So he's got 2 X's on his name. He's 1 strike away from just being eradicated from the history of baseball. But
played for the Yankees. That's 3rd X right there.
That's true. He played for the Red Sox for a real long time, though, which makes me sad.
Could you imagine if that bat he threw back at Piazza fucking impaled him?
I mean, he probably would have gone to prison.
God.
He probably would have gotten suspended for. He could have gotten suspended for life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike Piazza just takes a soccer dive and hits him. Oh. Game's changed forever.
Oh, God.
So in that case, now that you got me all fired up, we want to just talk about some quick little current events and wrap this bad boy up.
Yes, sir.
So I think the biggest one, Dansby to the Cubs.
Yeah.
What was it? 7
Cubs,
years, 177?
177.
Yeah.
That their lineup,
it's good.
Looking kind of gross.
That middle infield's nasty. Him and Horner.
Nico Horner.
Yeah.
Yeah. You ever see the video? It was a dude in the stands, and he just goes, "Nico Horner makes me horny." I'm like,
that middle infield makes me horny.
Yeah,
moisture. But I mean, who else they got in that line? Like,
Christopher. So the one that I saw was they had Christopher Morel at 3rd, Dansby at short. They have
no Patty Wisdom.
2nd, Wisdom at 1st because Schwindel got shipped, or Schwindel's in Japan.
Yeah. They DFA'd him, I guess, at the end of the year. That's why he got shipped off.
They have Jan Gomes catching. They have Ian Happ. They have Belly and Seiya.
Yeah, that's a pretty good lineup, actually.
Kind of gross.
Honestly, do I want to go out and say they might have a shot at winning Central if they play their games right and they show up? That's not a great division.
And if you're getting the Belly of 2 or 3 years ago.
And Seiya proved how it showed glimpses of being very good last year. Just coming back again. Like, Ian Happ was an all-star. Like, they got some dudes. And their pitching staff's not bad either.
Yeah. Well, if you're going to get
Stroman, Kyle Hendricks.
They just got Tyon.
Yep. Smiley came back, didn't he?
Yep, just signed with them.
So,
it's a legit team.
They're doing a little something.
And the Central's not that great.
I mean, who do they have to compete with? Not Milwaukee. Milwaukee, I think, is on the way out. If it's, I mean, they could easily be a wild card team next year.
Yeah.
Easily be a wild card team, if not win that division. They're definitely in the mix, I think. Because I think that the Cardinals are going to have a lot of questions that need to be answered as far as leadership goes after losing Yadi and Albert. And I think that could have a lot of impact on how they open up the season, and that could impact the whole fucking season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how that's going to play out, because although Yadi is gone, you did bring in Wilson. So it's like you're losing the veteran leadership and you're losing a guy who's been there forever. But
well, I heard that Yadi and Waino, because Waino's obviously still pitching, but I guess they're going to do some work with Wilson in the offseason. Like Yadi's basically going to like pass the torch.
Yeah.
Which is cool. And I think that the Cardinals probably should pay him to do that. Like, honestly.
And as a coach.
I mean, he'll probably take a couple of years off. He'll be back as a coach. 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think both of his brothers came back as coaches, right? I think Benji and Jose both coached.
I think they're bench coaches somewhere, aren't they?
Yeah. Jose, I think, coached.
You want to talk about brothers having drastically different careers?
Yeah. Benji had a great career, actually. Jose, not so much. Benji was legit for a while. Yeah, I think he. I might be wrong. Don't quote me on this. I believe he is the heaviest player to ever hit a cycle, and he hit it against the Red Sox at Fenway Park when he was playing for the Rangers. He had a triple into the triangle, and it literally took him 18 seconds to get the third. Oh, Benji. Who else? We got Justin Turner of the Red Sox.
Yeah.
It's a weird signing, but I think it signals something very badly if you look at it. To me, it shows you that you're bringing in a veteran presence who may not play much, but you're bringing in a veteran guy who's a positive locker room presence into a situation that's not very positive. So he seems to be kind of as like a mediator of sorts, and that's why they brought him in.
He's going to be the everyday DH.
I think so.
Yeah.
Unless they...
no, he's taking over.
I mean, I'm trying to think of... Unless they get a lefty bat and they trade off, Turner will be the everyday DH. I mean...
The only thing that this scares me about is if they decide, we're going to ship Devers off now.
Yeah, and also they're like first base, third base. I'm like, you mean two of our like future franchise players?
Hopefully.
We get a sign
at this rate. Might as well just trade Cassis now and get some value.
You're fucking lying.
It's pain. What are the big ones dropped? The
Dodgers got Syndergaard
and JD.
Yeah, and JD.
The JD signing was very good for them. I think 1 year, $10 million. I think is again a guy who's a hitting professor. Like the dude literally is such a nerd about hitting that the indirect impact he's going to have on other guys hitting will be evident for sure. Mm-hmm. Especially going back into a team with a winning culture. I think that's a good look.
Brantley going back to the Astros too.
Didn't see that one coming, to be honest.
Yeah,
I think I had him going back to the Red Sox or going to the Red Sox.
Oh, I didn't even.
I got all the signings that happened today. I had all the right divisions, not the right teams. So I got 1 point.
Yeah, I got to go.
Like Turner, I got because I had him going to the Orioles.
You did. That's right. Free agent prediction sheet. Yeah, I haven't been accounting for like division points yet, but Michael Brantley, both of you had him going to Boston. I had him going to Milwaukee.
He went back to Houston.
Absolutely.
The Blue Jays.
Out of that one. JD, one of us had it right.
Bassett and Kiermaier.
I got the division right for JD.
Yeah, you did.
you did.
Yeah. So what was it? Chris Bassett to the Jays just strengthens their rotation. Although for some reason their rotation always seems so good until they get to the playoffs. Just seems to lay an egg every time they get to the playoffs.
It's because they're young. Not really.
There's a lot of red going on this sheet, boys. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, it's been a bizarre offseason, to be fair. A lot of guys changing teams.
Where'd Joey Gallo end up?
Minnesota, right?
Minnesota, yeah.
Which him in that short porch in right field could be a problem.
I bottled the piss out of that one too. Benintendi went
Chicago.
Yeah. So we all bottled that one. So the only ones we're waiting for on our sheet are Chapman, Taylor Rogers, Kimbrel,
Can I get 5 points if Chapman doesn't actually sign? Because that's crazy. If I actually correctly predicted that his career is over, and they didn't even pick a team, said his career over, I should get extra points for
that. Well, we're only waiting on a few more guys. We're just waiting on Sanchez, Segura, Brandon Drury, Mancini, Evaldi, Kimbrel, Rogers, and Chapman.
I feel like Brandon Drury's definitely not going back to the Padres at this point.
Come to Boston, buddy. We'll take you. We take anybody.
Yeah, because now that they have Bogarts, that shifts their whole infield around, and it puts Cronenworth at first. So, and he's not playing third. So, what else we got?
Looking through the rest of this.
The Braves traded for Sean Murphy.
Yeah, I think
it's questionable for me.
It's a weird trade. The A's got absolutely bent over in that trade. Got not really anything. I think they got Kyle Miller, I think, was the big piece they got.
Let me look.
It just seems like, I don't know, it seems like a win now kind of thing, and it seems like you want a guy who's bona fide and like solidified as opposed to a guy who's developing in Contreras. So I don't know. It's not a bad trade. It's just kind of a weird trade. Yeah, Contreras is the one that went to Brewers, his brother.
Oh yeah.
I forget. It's not Wilson. I don't remember his first name.
William.
Yeah, William Contreras. That's right. So yeah, I don't know. It's a weird trade, but I don't think it's necessarily a bad trade. I think it's just it's what the Braves are looking at for the future, I guess. And Sean Murphy, probably one of the best overall catchers in baseball. So look at you hitting the mute button on that. That was nice.
Yeah,
a pro developing.
Didn't want to fuck everybody up and be like, "What the hell is happening?" Yeah, I'm just looking through the rest of the Discord and seeing if there's anything else in there that's.
So
Benintendi to the White Sox. We didn't talk about that one either.
We also didn't talk about Eric Hosmer getting DFA'd.
I feel like we should.
Weird.
We might have to do a Red Sox episode pretty soon again because
we had the dude for free.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone's stupid if they don't pick him up.
Yeah. And we let him go to bring in who? Some random reliever with a 4.5 ERA.
Yeah. Yeah. Just a middle reliever.
Boob Newton
could
tweet that. He goes, Hosmer, whose entire contract is being paid for by the Padres.
Especially now that you're bringing on Turner as a DH, why not just keep Hosmer to be DH against righties and Turner as a DH against lefties?
Yep.
Who knows what he's doing? We're definitely going to have to do a Red Sox one soon.
It'll be classic Red Sox move that he'll clear waivers and the Red Sox will re-sign him and have to pay him.
Yep. Yeah.
Like, instead of free, we're going to pay you $2.5 million a year.
Hoy Park just brought him in.
I was just about to say that. We're not talking about Hoy Park, who all-time Sox
legend
shortstop.
Retire the number.
Who was the one that the Red Sox Rule 5 pick that they picked up and immediately he retired?
You said that. I didn't see the name.
Well, like, that is so, like, just the MO of the Red Sox off-season right now. The guy goes, wait, what team? Red Sox? Nah, I'm going to hang him up. I'm going to hang him up. I'm done.
I'm done.
The game's given me a lot. I've given the game all I have. I'm done. We'll see you right off in the sunset, moving to Florida. Where do they play? Fort Myers? All right, we'll go there.
I'll go to Tampa.
For real.
Nice.
Another one is Omar Narvaez signed with the Mets.
Mm-hmm. As a solid move. I don't think that's anything crazy, but
giving up on that James McCann experiment.
Yeah, but James McCann, and then also what's his
Tomas
face?
Nido?
No, the Francisco Alvarez.
Yes.
So ideally, he's probably going to be your starter, and Narvaez will be your backup. But
yeah,
because he's the kind of guy, I think you just got to give him a big sample size, and he's going to show out. You just got to give him that exposure, and he's going to be legit.
Number one prospect.
I think he very well is he's got to be the front runner for Rookie of the Year next year.
I would assume so.
We got anything else?
I'm just looking through the rest of it, and the other thing that was kind of funny. Did you guys see the hype video that the Pirates made for signing Vince Velasquez?
No.
I'm like, are we? Like,
just show the video of him breaking his arm and throwing left-handed. That's the only that and that when he threw the guy out from the outfield was pretty legendary. Also,
yeah. Dude's got a fucking.
He's an
scanner.
athlete. I'll give him that. He's an athlete.
Yeah.
Not a bad signing, but not worthy of a hype video.
I mean, they also got him for kind of cheap, only $3.15 million.
If I'm a Pirates fan, I'm happy about that.
I don't hate it.
Ken, you're a Pirates fan. What's your take?
I like it. We're not paying him much. No fucking clue you're talking about, for being honest.
Weird.
But you know what?
You don't know Vince V? Vinny V?
I didn't see the signing. That's the only thing that I'm...
You don't remember Vince Velasquez when he played for the Phillies? And in at one game, they brought him in the 14th inning to play left field, and he threw a guy out at home. He's a pitcher. Threw a guy out at home, and then the same season took a liner off his pitching arm, broke his arm, and then threw the guy out at first with his left hand, and then just crumpled on the ground with his shattered arm.
I'm watching the video
That's
now.
That's a gamer right there.
I remember who that is now. Okay.
My Kansas City Royals have made lots of moves this offseason.
They're just getting rid of players.
They signed Ryan Yarbrough, so
it's a big move.
Basically, we won.
I mean, hey, right? The Rockies are making some. They got Brett Suter from the Brewers for nothing. So there's that. They got Nolan Jones for a minor leaguer. They're making moves. Rockies will be a good team, I think, in 4 years, probably 4 or 5 years. They're probably. I bet you're going to see a descent from the Dodgers and an ascent from the Diamondbacks and Rockies. That's my prediction. They've sucked for so long that their prospects are just absurd. It's kind of similar to the Orioles now. We got anything else? So we wrap her up for the week. No. Oh, Chris didn't even yawn this episode. I did.
I did once.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Jared needs to do the yawn
counter.
Hear from it. Yeah, Jared's got a yawn counter going. All right. Well, in that case,
Merry Christmas,
you filthy animal. And a Happy New Year.
Before we peace out, do we want to establish what the plan is for next week? Because it's Christmas next Sunday. So are we recording?
Do we want to take a week off?
Take a week? Would it be 2 weeks? Because then it's New Year's a week after.
I don't care. I think we can stay with it, but even if we do it,
do you guys have? Cam, you got Monday off? Monday the 26th?
Yeah.
You want to just record Monday, episode Tuesday?
Yeah, sure. Want to do Monday morning?
Yeah. Yeah, so that's the plan. We're going to record Monday the 26th, episode Tuesday. A little delay because of the Christmas season. We'll all be fat and plump for all the goodies we ate. I'll probably be going.
My ass is not leaving the couch.
I'm going to be in a comatose state. I'll probably just be sitting on my couch, and you'll be seeing my 7 chins with the webcam pointing upwards. But in that case, we'll catch you guys next Tuesday. So it'll be a little 8-day layover till the next Bush League Boys epi. Again, throw down in the comments any recommendations you have. If you got any episode ideas? We're kind of scraping for content. It's the off season. Trying to kind of pull things together. Got any recommendations, stuff you want us to look at, any support at all? Again, thank you everyone who's hit subscribe, followed us on all our different socials. We're probably going to be doing some Twitch streams pretty soon, maybe a little co-op kind of thing on MLB, maybe a little out of the park. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you follow us on all our socials. We'll be tweeting out, probably do a post on YouTube social, and follow us on Twitch and throw on those notifications. In that case, we gone.
Peace.